me a second. Ooh. Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am again doing another June wrap-up and July TBR. Usually I do these separate, and I think I did it together last month too. But not that I was in a slump this month, it's just I've been really busy this month. I was on a trip for 2 weeks, and the books I actually read in June are the books I read on that trip, both of them, because I only read 2 books. Spoiler alert. But when I came off my trip, I had started with school, and then I became busy with that, homework, all that. So I haven't really had time to read, which I'm hoping next month I'll be able to read a lot more, because I've been dying to read so many books, especially since it's summer. It's like the time where I feel the most in the mood to read books. So today we're going to be combining both, since I didn't really read that much in June. So for the stats this month, I read a total of 2 books, so not a lot, and then I read a total of 836 pages, and the average rating for this month was 4.25, which is officially the highest average rating I've had for any month. But the only excuse is because I read 2 books, and they were both really good and high rated books, both in the like 4-star range, so that's why the average rating is so high. But yeah, let's get into the books I read. Okay, so the first book I finished this month was the Dixon Rule. I actually read this on my Kindle. It is a pretty thick book. Let me see the exact amount of pages it is. I think it's like 420 something, around that like range. This is the second book that comes after the Gram Effect. I really enjoyed the Gram Effect, and I enjoyed this book even more. I gave this book 4.5 stars, and to me that's a pretty high rated book for just like a cute little hockey romance. But it was so good. I definitely liked it more than the Gram Effect. It was still good, but the Dixon Rule was much better. So to tell you guys what this book was about, basically it's about one of the hockey players that had to get transferred to the new school. You see that all happen in the Gram Effect, but it's about Shane, so one of the hockey players from the other school that's now in Briar U. Diana, I think her name is, I think Dixon is her last name, but Diana, she is the cheerleading captain, and she absolutely cannot stand Shane. She thinks he's so annoying. When he moves into her apartment, she's like, the apartment right next door to her, she's like, absolutely not, like, we need to get some rules in here, like, don't speak to me. Until they decide to fake date, which fake dating is like probably one of my favorite tropes, obviously, because like the tension when they're fake dating, like you feel it, they just won't admit it. But they decide to fake date because it starts off for one reason and then continues for another reason. The reason why it all starts is because Shane can't really get over his ex, and when his ex calls him to stay and to see him, or to stay at his apartment, something else, and sees that, you know, the circumstances are a little weird, he wants to make her jealous, and he decides to use Diana for this, and she lives right next door. It's easy. They always see each other, and he's like, just fake date with me, and just to make her jealous. So they decide to fake date because of his ex being in the area, and then Diana can't get rid of her annoying ex, which is like complete opposites. Like Shane kind of misses his ex, Diana absolutely can't stand her ex, and Diana wants her ex to get away from her, so she's like, I need you to keep fake dating me because of my ex. And yeah, that's kind of what the whole thing is about. Obviously there's a lot more going on. You see a lot of things going on in Diana's life, like what she's going through personally. It's a lot deeper than I expected. Like the Gram Effect was deep, but the Dixon Rule was much deeper, I feel. I ended up crying at the end of the book. Like, it was not sad, it just like I felt like I was a character in the book, and I was hurting for these characters, like if I was one of them. And yeah, I feel like Diana goes through a lot that's just like extremely heartbreaking. Sorry, my voice is probably really annoying. I think I'm like getting a little sick. But ignore that. Then Shane also goes through a couple things that I think probably broke my heart even more, because it's like this huge hockey player, like you see him go through these emotions, and it's just heartbreaking. And then obviously you see them form this connection of like, do we even really hate each other, or do we just like bothering each other, and that's just our love language. Like, it's just such a cute book. I would recommend it to anyone. I think it's amazing. So that is the first book I finished in June. And then the second book I read and finished was Vacation Wars. This book I gave 4 stars, so obviously I actually really enjoyed this one too. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, but I really did. Basically, it's about, let me get the characters' names. Tessa, she goes to Santorini every year for a couple years, but she stopped going for like 4 years, and then she's going again because it's her sister's like bachelorette type thing. It's not really a bachelorette, but they want to go before the wedding to just calm down, so it is kind of a bachelorette. But they have this like rule that they made when they were little that they need to help each other when they reach 30 find a love interest, and Tessa is now 30 and they're like, you need someone to be with, like it's getting embarrassing, so they're trying to help her. But Tessa has always had a crush on this one guy that works there, which is Miles. He's been her childhood crush for the longest, so kind of wants to talk to him, but at the same time she's like, absolutely not, I can't do that, like that's embarrassing. So you see them actually talk to each other for the first time. They've talked before, but it was just a very short conversation, but you see them actually talk, form a conversation, and Miles is actually going through some stuff with his family and the place where he works, which is where they're staying at, like the hotel they're staying at. You see him going through stuff. You see Tessa trying to stop her friends and her sister from trying to find her a love interest that she doesn't want. And you see them helping each other go through these things. While you're seeing this, you're obviously seeing their connection grow. And I think I am very connected to their relationship because they both had a childhood crush on each other and they just never told each other, and then obviously now they're finally, you know, being able to express that. And I think childhood crushes, like that trope it's just different than any other because it's like they're finally able to express how much they've liked this person, and I feel like those connections are just so much stronger, and you were really able to see that in this book. A lot of the quotes in this book were so beautiful, like, and it's just shocking. You wouldn't think you would get beautiful quotes out of this. Yeah, that, and then also Miles, the main character in this book, he really had me blushing, like giggling. He really did it for me. This was honestly a really cute book, amazing for the summer. It's literally set in Santorini, which is where I was reading this book. Please ignore my dog barking. So yeah, I was actually reading this book when I went on my vacation to Greece, and yeah, it was a different experience reading this where the setting is taking place. So yeah, but it was just a really good book, amazing for the summer. Now that we've wrapped up my June wrap-up, we are going to do my July TBR. So to tell you guys the books that I put on my TBR for June, I only read one, which I'm pretty sure was Vacation Wars. I really wanted to read the other books. Like, I had them all downloaded on my Kindle. I had In a Jam downloaded, Summer Reading, which were the books that were on my TBR. And let me tell you, I really, really, really wanted to read them. But again, I just didn't have time to. So yeah, I'm hoping in July I'll have that good of a TBR, because my TBR for June was so good. It was perfect for the summer. So I'm hoping for July it'll be equally as good. But let's get the board game that we always use and get that started. Grab the yellow cards. We're gonna shuffle these. The green cards. And shuffle these. Oh, I think I have to take this out. I think I read this book. So I have to really refill this, these papers with new titles, because obviously it's gonna be, we're probably gonna like repick a title we've already picked. And yeah, I really need to refill this because there's like not a lot of pinks left. But in the next TBR video, we'll definitely probably have new titles. But we're gonna start off. I'm gonna get my phone so you guys can see the board. Okay, so we have our dice and we're gonna start. So first roll is a 10. So we're gonna get our little thing. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got a card, so that's a good first roll. We're gonna keep going. 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So obviously we skipped this, we skipped those because I don't know what those stand for still. But we have a thriller that we need to pick from the little bag. That is our second, right? That's our second roll. We're gonna do our third, which is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another thriller. Don't know how I'm gonna do with thrillers in July, the summer, but we'll see. Now we're gonna do our fourth, This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another card, so at least we have those. And then this is our last one, I think. 3. 1, 2, 3. Perf. Okay, so we have 3 cards and 2 thrillers that we need to pick. So first, we're going to pick the thrillers because it's just easier to pick and go because it already has a title for me. But I'm gonna see if I could pick one. Oh, I had in my hand. Okay. Okay, this is one. Let's see what it is. Then She Was Gone. I think, I have no clue who this is by, but this is the book. I'm sure editing Emma will find the book. Then She Was Gone. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. Again, I don't know how I'm going to do with reading thrillers in the summer, but let's see our next thriller pick that I have to do. That's a purple. That's also a purple. Also a purple. Okay, I'm just not picking blue. Okay, we have a blue here. This one says The Predator. Okay, this one, I think I saw, who was it? I think it was Steph, the booktuber. I saw her read it. I think it's like a stalking, like romance thriller, I think it is. I don't really know. She said she really liked it, so I trust her, but I don't know if I'm gonna be in the mood to read these books in the summer. But yeah, those are our picks. Now we're going to, let's look at our green card first because these are the ones that already have a book title picked for us. So I'm gonna show you guys first. Hopefully it's not upside down. It might be upside down. Oh, there you go. The Housemaid. Okay, I already read this book. This one's gonna have to go. So I have to pick another one. Let's see the next one that's there. Oh, this one's a long one. I'm scared. Oh, I knew it was gonna be that one. Okay, A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I do have this book. Terrified to read it, but you know, maybe this will be a good book to read in the summer. I don't know. I know one of my friends got the series, so maybe we could like read it at the same time. I don't know how much I'm gonna be in the mood to read this again. I don't know, I just want to read cute little romances. You know, I don't want to read fantasy or thrillers, but they're on my TBR. Not promising I'm gonna read them, but here they are. Next we have our 2 card prompts. So this is the first one. See if you guys can read that. Lowest rated on Goodreads. Okay, let's go check. Let me screen record. So when it means lowest rated on Goodreads, I actually got this prompt before. I don't know when. I think it was like probably 2 months ago or 3. But what it means is I go to my want to read and then I click sorted by average rating, and then I have to reverse it to see which one is the lowest rated. And oh, I got this last month because this was on my TBR last month. Okay, summer reading. So this is the lowest rated on Goodreads in my want to read. And I actually don't have this book, but it was on my TBR last month. And I'm excited it got picked again because this is definitely a realistic book that I will probably read in July. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. Last one, let's see the last prompt. I think that says any romance? Any romance. Okay, this is absolutely amazing. I think I might have gotten this prompt last month too. I can't remember. But I already know. Okay, I'm gonna pick a different one. Since I picked it last month, I'm gonna pick a different one. And I'm gonna pick Funny Story by Emily Henry. I still have not read this book and I am dying to read it. Obviously because it's like a new release. Everyone has read it. I've heard mixed reviews, but I'm really excited because I love Emily Henry and yeah, I just really want to read it. I'm so excited to. This is going to be our last book added to the TBR. So to refresh your minds on what the books on my TBR are. So we got 2 thrillers. The first one was Then She Was Gone, and the second one is The Predator. Then the next book that got picked is A Court of Thorns and Roses. Very intimidating book. We'll see if I get to it. And then the next book that got picked was Summer Reading. Really excited about this one considering it's a summer book. And the last one is Funny Story. Also really excited about this one. That is my June wrap up and my July TBR. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.